What do bouncing pickles, exploding golf balls, singing in the bathtub, and sleeping on top of a refrigerator all have in common? Stick around and find out. Hey all, welcome to Odd Rob. As many of you know, Yoshi and I enjoy highlighting state laws that are still on the books. Now, some are pretty straightforward and understandable, while others seem totally bonkers. But before we start, I'd like to give a special shout out to all those Vermonters for all their enthusiastic comments for the Vermont segment that we've previously done. And I now appreciate the fact that B-A-R-R-E is pronounced Barry. And now, back to the oddness. Today, Yosh and I are going to highlight some of the odd laws in the states in the Northeast. And I figured it's a great place to start since, well, we both live here. Now, about the odd laws. Some are very practical and it's easy to understand why they're in place. Some are outdated, but as yet unchanged. And some are completely off the wall, while others go a step further. You know, those ones that make you realize that to have this law, somebody must have done something to mean that the law had to be put in place. Scary stuff. All right, well, without further ado, what do you say? You ready to dive in, Yosh?
Let's hit the road.
As it were. All right, well, let's start out with one that's right here from New York State.
Okay.
In Green, New York, you cannot eat peanuts and walk backwards while you're on the sidewalk.
Now that's interesting.
It sounds weird when you first think about it, and it's, pretty, I guess assuming that the sidewalk's near your street or something.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but there actually had to be a law about it. I can just see somebody walking backwards and eating peanuts and stepping out into traffic and, getting hit by a bus or a car or something.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I've seen some people who are rather absorbed in what they're doing.
Here's a couple from Connecticut.
Okay.
Now, a pickle is not considered a pickle unless it can bounce. The only thing I can think of, Yosh, is it would bounce. Maybe it's a way to just make sure that it's not rotten or something. I don't know. Because pickles, I would imagine, get mushy.
Well, I don't know, because when you pickle something, it gets to be a bit more resilient. If you were to drop the original cucumber, that might break on contact.
Yeah.
But the pickle gets a bit more flexibility. Maybe it can bounce back up again.
I don't know. It just seems odd to me. Maybe it's a freshness or something. I don't know. But I hope whatever they're bouncing it on is clean before you get it and take a bite.
Truth.
Also, it's illegal to sell a dog's hair.
Now that one I don't get. But then again, I do recall at one point when someone was making some clothing and it was insulating it with animal hair. There was an allergy to that hair. So maybe that's a possibility?
Yeah, but if somebody's buying dog's hair, they know that they're buying dog's hair, I guess. Maybe for fleas or, I don't know. It's very, very strange. But yeah, I guess maybe somebody with allergies would have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Who knows? Hey, listen, on any of these, if you happen to know what the answer to this is, or you might have another suggestions, go ahead and make sure you leave a comment and let us know. And while you're there, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and like and subscribe. So also in Connecticut, town records cannot be kept where alcohol is sold. What do you think?
What could be the possible reason behind that? I know, sometimes things could be a fire hazard.
Well, that's just it. Alcohol, especially back in the days.
Oh my.
Probably very flammable.
Yeah.
So town records, that would be a shame if they all went up in, flames. But I think the other reason is if you serve alcohol somewhere, like, okay, does that mean that you keep your town records in the bar? And what if a fight breaks out, or I don't know, they could get destroyed or whatever. It makes sense to me. It's one of those ones that makes a lot of sense to me. Now, moving on, here's an interesting one for Delaware. You're not allowed to sell dog food that is not fit for human consumption.
Okay, I can see that. Some people are very into providing their pets with quality food.
It's only right. It makes sense That if it's good for you, it's good for your dog, and I imagine it goes for any of your pets.
Yes.
But yeah, again, that makes sense. It's just worded oddly. Let's talk about a couple of them from Maine.
Okay.
This first one is like, why do you need a law for this? But it is illegal to step out of a plane in flight. I mean, I understand why it's illegal.
Well,
I just, to stop people doing it. If somebody's going to do it, they're going to be charged with it, absolutely. But how many times have they actually had people try to walk out of a plane in flight? It's interesting that they say, not walk, but step off a plane in flight. But the thing that gets me, they got to have a clause in there for all those people that are tandem jumping or jumping out of airplanes, parachuting and stuff like that.
Barnstorming and...
I mean, because you're stepping off the plane or you're jumping. Maybe the term is jump instead of... But anyway, very odd. Now here's one for you. Advertisements on tombstones are prohibited. I don't know.
On somebody's tombstone, and you have a Barbasol shaving cream commercial.
I don't. Okay, I mean, I guess that it could disturb people who are visiting other family members that are buried there or something if they saw these commercials as they're going in, but...
It could be a little disrespectful, I'd imagine.
But who are you doing advertisements for? I don't get it. There's not a lot of people in there. Well, I mean, there's a lot of people in there, but there's nobody that's going to pay any attention to the commercials.
That's true.
Another one that makes perfect sense, but somebody must have done it for it to happen. In Baltimore, Maryland, you are not allowed to bring a lion to the movies.
Okay. Why would you want to bring a lion to the movies?
Why would you bring a lion to the movies? Why would you bring a lion anywhere out in public? Is it on a leash? Is it a cub? Is it a full-grown lion? But again, somebody must have done this, so they had to make a law because people didn't understand that you're not supposed to do that.
The only thing I could think of that might be is that a circus was in town, and they were all going out to the movies after the show, and they brought their lion along as a means of advertisement.
In the movie theater?
In the movie theater.
In the dark?
I would hope not.
Their insurance must have loved that one.
Oh, yes.
Okay, now, in Massachusetts, exploding golf balls are illegal to own. But if you don't own them, can you use them?
I wouldn't want to. I mean,
it must be a practical joke or something. It's like the old exploding cigars. They'd have
I will see that.
Load in the end. And we used to see them in the comic books and stuff. And you'd stick them in somebody's cigarette or you'd stick them in somebody's cigar or something. And when it got down to it, and all of a sudden it goes pop. Maybe an exploding golf ball. You put it down, and when you hit it, it does something like that. Non-lethal, I hope. But a little vague, but okay, understandable, I guess. Now, in New Hampshire, it is illegal to pick up seaweed off the beach at night. I've got an idea what it might be. What do you think?
At night. Well, some of the sea creatures are nocturnal. So perhaps there are crabs or something else in that seaweed that you're picking up as well.
That's what I was thinking.
You think so? Okay.
Maybe, just maybe a jellyfish could be in the seaweed or something else that may hurt you or something. But maybe that's why, because you can't see. Okay, now in New Jersey, you're not allowed to pump your own gas. Anybody that's been to New Jersey, you stay in the car. They tell you, nope, we'll pump it for you. You give them your card or you give them the cash. You tell them how much and they pump up your gas for you. I kind of understand that. It's not all states do it, so it is a little odd to most people, except for Jerseyans. However, I understand why they would do it, because insurance might say, you're not trained to pump your gas.
No, once upon a time you could have, once upon a time, gas stations would provide someone to pump the gas for you. You drive up and you say how much you want, and even here in New York State, many years ago, you could do that.
Yeah. Well, you had the option of doing either, and it was a little bit more expensive to get the gas that was, where they pump it for you and do your windshield wipers or windshield or whatever. So, we used to have that years and years ago. However, Jersey, I can only talk from New York gas prices. Jersey is a lot less anyway, and you don't have to pay any extra to
have that windshield cleaned.
Thank you. Brain cramp. You don't pay any extra for them to pump it for you. So
no.
I'm thinking it might be because of insurance purposes.
Yeah.
Just cut down on that, I'm thinking. That's very possible. Also, in Haddon Township in Jersey, it's illegal to flirt in public. I know I'd be in trouble. I flirt. I just enjoy talking to people.
He's a terrible flirt.
I'm a flirt. I don't know what to say. All right, enough of that. So in Pennsylvania, it is illegal to sleep on top of a refrigerator outdoors. Does that mean that you can sleep on your refrigerator indoors? And why would you want to sleep on top of a refrigerator, first of all, unless maybe you're trying to get away from I don't know, some animal trying to get you? Is it because if you fall asleep, it's easy to fall off of it? And why outdoors? If you have
please.
any idea, please let us know. Another one, you cannot sing in the bathtub.
But you're allowed to sing in a shower.
Well, yeah, I guess so. It's one of those ones that makes you go, why? Another one is fortune telling is banned, unless it's for fun.
Okay.
Now, why would it be, if you're telling somebody's fortune, why would it matter if you paid for it or it's for fun if the person coming to you doesn't mind paying you to get their fortune read? I don't know.
What could possibly happen?
Is it maybe one of those things that was back way back on the books, and maybe they thought it was some sort of witchcraft or something like that?
That could be.
But then if you're doing it for fun, you're not getting paid, it's for fun.
Yeah.
Or maybe they added in the fun part because they realize that it's not witchcraft, it's not black magic or something like that, and it's okay.
This was something that may have been carried forward from back in the 1700s?
Maybe 1700s, absolutely, absolutely. How about Rhode Island? State I was born in, Rhode Island.
Oh, okay.
It is illegal in Rhode Island to bite off someone's arm, and you could go to jail for 20 years. Biting off somebody's arm, so it's very specific. What if you bite off their leg? What if you just bite off a finger? What if you bite off their ear?
Wow.
I mean,
I mean, think of the effort it takes to bite off somebody's arm.
yeah, but you can't do it in one. It's not like it's not like with a finger. It's I don't get it.
No.
It just made, when I saw this, it's like, because somebody actually had to do this
For someone to even consider.
to make a law not to do it. It's crazy. Anyway.
That's insanity.
Now, also in Rhode Island, throwing pickle juice on a trolley is prohibited. I don't know why somebody would have thrown pickle juice on a trolley. Oh, so hey, Vermont, here's another one for you. Women must obtain written permission from their husband to wear false teeth. So apparently this is one of those ones that's way outdated with a woman needing permission from her husband. Yeah, for them to wear false teeth, for them to get false teeth, they had to get written permission from their husband. And it's still on the books, so remember, I think that's one that needs to be changed.
Yeah, I agree.
So speaking of women, in Virginia, it is illegal to tickle a woman. Okay, it would be illegal to tickle anyone if they don't want to be touched or tickled.
True.
But this one specifically, I don't know. But again, just something odd, so.
I think it was also that tickling could be a form of abuse.
Yeah, but I mean, just, it doesn't say tickling as a torture.
True.
Or tickling whatever, just tickling a woman. Why not just tickling anyone? A child?
Yeah.
A man? Virginia, you let us know, please. Thank you. Now, finally, the last state that we're highlighting today, is West Virginia. It is illegal to walk your lion, tiger, or leopard, even if it's on a leash. No lions, tigers, or leopards at all in West Virginia walking around. Even on a leash. I understand it. You cannot control those animals. They're strong, and of course they would go after somebody. So,
They're kind of wild, yes.
absolutely. I know I couldn't control one. Even when I was in great shape, I'd become cat food. So that's just a few laws from the states in the Northeast. Now, just to be clear, we're not judging or casting dispersions on any of the states. We're just pointing out some cool stuff that's kind of neat and definitely odd. Okay, Yosh, so what did you think?
There's definitely some strange laws, and like you pointed out earlier, there's got to be a reason for them. Somebody had to do something that made that law come into being.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure we'll come across, maybe we'll do a part 2. So listen, if you found this video useful, entertaining in any way, go ahead and hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. It certainly helps the channel grow. While you're there, leave a comment, make some feedback, whatever. I'd love to hear If you have any explanations, off the wall, something that you know for fact, whatever, let us know. And so listen, until next time, coming to you from upstate New York, Yosh and I will see you next time. And until then, stay safe, stay well. But by all means, stay odd.